and, amazingly enough, also worked as Goldman Sachs of cash collector. Frankly, Mr. McMullen's stage right, or staged by the right, entrance fits perfectly into an election year narrative that could be written like a ransom note cut with Hillary's missing emails. And if all of this doesn't have you reaching for your shiny hat to protect your aching head, then consider how the cognitive dissonance of these narratives and counter-narratives might be making this election something more than an exercise in futility or a mere choice between two competing evils. That's because the real story of this election is how the media's regurgitative approach to journalism serves up all of Trump's poorly digested red herrings to a truth-starved population. Trump croaks out cranky tropes like an alt-right toad, and the cable news cyclers eat it up and spit it back out again. It's the logical outcome of their profitable fixation on a man who's made more baseless claims than a professional auto accident insurance scammer, and the rubbernecking media obsessively obliged him while also paving his path to the nomination with an unprecedented supply of free media coverage. But now that obsession is transforming this election into a referendum on sneaking suspicions, conspiracy theories, and the strange epithet of trutherism. The term truther is usually applied to anyone who refuses to buy the official story of 9/11. But truther is kind of strange because it turns the word truth into a term of derision and disdain. It's the type of disdain that's long been reserved for the CIA-generated phrase conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory was the CIA's response to growing doubts about the Warren Commission's lone nut, magic bullet, move along, there's nothing to see here spin on the public execution of President John F. Kennedy. Stoked by lawyer Mark Lane's landmark book Rush to Judgment in 1966, and by the increasingly high-profile investigation of New Orleans District Attorney Jim Garrison, the CIA desperately needed a counter-conspiracy strategy to fight the public's growing doubts. What they got was a masterpiece of disinformation. The counter-narrative approach was outlined in CIA document number 1035-960. The stated aim of the memo was to, quote, provide material countering and discrediting the claims of the conspiracy theorists, end quote, and that it did. Most importantly, they married the words theorist and theory to conspiracy. By performing that simple semantic trick, they weaponized doubt and turned it back on the doubters, and it succeeded beyond Langley's wildest dreams. Not only did it generate doubt about the copious evidence compiled by Garrison, who the New York Times dismissively labeled a theorist in the headline of its 1992 obituary, and not only did it give sheepish journalists an easy way out of asking hard questions about the assassination, but it also cut off inquiry into just about anything that needed to be tidied up with an official story. From the Gulf of Tonkin incident to the October surprise to CIA cocaine trafficking to the public executions of Martin Luther King and Robert F. Kennedy and dozens of other evidence-laden conspiracies, the conspiracy theory label became a one-size-fits-all solution to the problem of public doubt about official cover-ups, illegal wars, and political corruption. And now, in this era of mortal doubts about politics, endless war, banking hijinks, media manipulation, and even the American dream, we suddenly find ourselves drowning in a sea of conspiracy theories. As of the writing of this story, you can put Trump conspiracy theory into the Google machine and it'll spit out about 30,600 results. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, which, according to Trump, isn't really melting because global warming is a hoax perpetrated by the wily Chinese. If you click on more news for Trump conspiracy theory, you'll get 1,930 results just in the recent news category. Among the mountain of stories filed by hundreds of news sources, the